morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're taking a look at Type B, the vintage exciter from AudioThing. So let's urge. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Jade and this is How to App on iOS, and I hope you're doing okay. Wow, what a day. Look how red I am. I got sunburnt yesterday so badly and I'm feeling like a bus hit me today, but we're going to push through. Man, I can't catch a break, I'm telling you. Look at that. Look how brutalised I got. Man, I'll tell you what, you head out. The Australian summer's so interesting. Brad, you're coming here in March. You're going to see this firsthand. Some days it can be blistering hot here in Melbourne, just absolutely the sun beating down and you just can't, like, you won't get burnt. Other days the sun looks really mellow, it doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel like it's going to hurt you or anything. And boy, is it sneakily hurting you really bad. And I normally use sunscreen every time I do a walk with me, every single time. But yesterday was overcast. And that's where I was not thinking, because I went down to the beach and that water, the sun just hits off the water and just reflects and hits you. And yeah, we got a watch mark on my arm, but it is okay. It's all good. And it's all good. I was feeling it last night. I'm feeling it today. But thank God my face didn't get too burnt, because I had my wonderful DistroKid cap on. And yeah, so I went out and filmed a walk with me yesterday. Really good episode, apart from all the sunburn stuff. Really good. Did about 10 kilometers. It was super good. The beach looked amazing. It was so good to get out to the beach. And it was a 2-hour travel yesterday. 2 hours there, 2 hours back, and a nice walk went along this wonderful trail that head out to Frankston. It was really cool. I enjoyed it, told a few stories about serial killers and stuff. So that will be premiering here on the channel on Friday, US UK time, at this particular time, this time slot right now on Friday, US UK time. Exciting. We are taking a look today at an AudioThing app, and it's been a while between drinks. So let's say hello to everybody, then we'll get into this. Falcro was first. Hello, Falcro. 7 Dusk, good day to you. Brad Example, what's happening? We're going to use one of your tracks today as a demo, and here in Brad Example's music was the featured music for Walk With Me this week. Thomas Christ is in the house. He's up next with You Rock, playing your most rockin' music as he always does. It's about an hour after I finish, if I even make the hour. Mateusz Bukowski, good day. Hugh Caldwell, John Swanson, hello. Leela Verse, I missed your show, Leela. I woke up late because I was in bed feeling crap. But I'll go and watch the replay. That's why I wasn't there today. Sorry, I just hurting. As soon as I get out of here. Oh, so hang around to the end of the show, because I want to show you a YouTube channel that I know you guys are going to love. Oh, I've become addicted to it. Thanks, Russ. Is Russ here? Easy. Russ introduced me to a YouTube channel that I've become utterly addicted to. I can't stop watching it every day. I can't stop. It's an addiction. Chris Lane Senior, g'day. Thomas Christ, slinging links. These are the things you can do. They all help the channel. It helps me to help you. You know what I'm saying? There's Russ. Hope everybody's well. Russ, it's all your fault. Look what you've done. I can't get enough of that bloody channel. So, if I missed anyone down here, anyone? Let me scroll. Leela's in the house. Got you all. I think I got you all good. All right. So we're looking at this. So yes, this is available for desktop, like most iOS apps now. Let's bounce over here. So this is AudioThing. They make great apps, and they have already out, and it's called Type A, which we took a look at as a, and this is kind of the second part to that. So this is an old piece of vintage gear. Type A was more, it was used for the Beatles trick. They used that on John Lennon's vocals and stuff. If you want to go back and watch that show, I cover the whole John Lennon trick, what they do with the vocals to make it sound more pop out and all that kind of stuff. And this is the extension of that. So here we go. This is, I know I'm missing it. Gus is on, Russ. This is the Type B Vintage Exciter. It's $10 from AudioThing, $10 on iOS. Just so you know, that's the iOS price. It works on all iOS devices. Let's see, is it, I don't think it's, yeah, iPhone, iPad, and Apple Vision, if anyone owns one of those. I doubt it very much. So there you go. That is the iOS version. I can click over here. Here it is on the audiothing.net website. If you want to grab it for PC or Mac, what was the price? Somewhere there. It's on sale currently for $35. See, we get bargains on iOS. It's the exact same app, but so much cheaper. Why people still stick to a PC is ridiculous. So yes, this is, so it's based off a vintage piece of gear. Original oral excital algorithm was developed in the mid-1970s by AUv3 Systems. At first, it was available to recording studios only to hire at the cost of $30 a minute. Think about that, $30 a minute to hire this thing, and now these days it's $9 and it's on your iPad forever. Eventually, its popularity led to the release of the commercially available models like the Type B and Type C. So there you go. There's the original hardware. You can see it right there. Look at that, baby. Boom. The AUv3 Oral Exciter. Sounds kinky, doesn't it? Sounds like something you'd find on Pornhub. But there you go. So let's have a look at how this thing works. Now, I've got a few different ways to show you this today. We'll just make sure... what is this running on? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and cool, we've got nothing running on that. I think so. Awesome. Let's have a listen. We've got a stereo out. We've got stereo Type B. All right, so this is that one. Cool, we've got 4 tracks here. So this is a quick thing I little made, just a loop, just a little loop of stuff. And let's play it. I'll shut up. Boom. Okay, let's solo these drums and show you this interface here. So here's the interface. Now, nothing in this is going to melt anyone's brain. It's very easy to get your head around. I'm going to set this to initial patch. Turn it off. Here's our drums. Okay, let's turn it on, shall we? So straight away you can hear that excitement, that top end, that brightness, that presence. That's what this is about. And where you're going to use things like this, I'm telling you where you're going to use this. In a mix, when you've got something that's just not cutting through. You've got a whole lot of tracks in there, something's not cutting through. This is the perfect place just to add something. I mean, these tricks can be done with so many different apps these days, but this is, you know, at the same time a novelty, but at the same time creating the same algorithm from this original analog hardware. So there's that as well. This will help a certain track cut through, say drums, it's buried in the mix, we turn it on, like so, over here. And automatically you can hear that start to cut through. Yeah. Now, you've got a drive. So you can hear when we drive this, we're driving that exciter. You can tune the exciter. For those of you who don't know what that means, you can tune this in kilohertz. So you can literally hear that. Now, why is that good? because in a mix, you've got all these frequencies going on. You've got bass, you've got guitars, you've got all this stuff that's got frequencies with EQs on each of them. And this will help you find that tune that frequency in that mix to make this pop a little bit more. With a bit of drive. And then we have our color knob over here. Now this is going to mess about, this is going to increase the harmonics. And you could say, I can't hear that. And you could be right. But it is playing around. Now this is where subtlety comes in with all this stuff. We have also, hello Joe, and who else has joined? Hello Dimebag. So before I keep going on here, let's move over to the usual stuff you will find inside of a AudioThing app. I'll just pause this for now. Oosh. Presets. So you've got a number of presets here by clicking on the preset browser. You can go up and down. There's a whole bunch of them in here. You have a user tab that you can click on. Anything you save will appear in this user tab. Here's where you save your presets. So I might like this. I give it a name. I go dog, blah, blah, save it. Done. Come over to my tab. There it is in my user presets. Back to my normal presets. So pretty standard stuff for preset saving. I want to get rid of this preset now. I just hit delete. I can delete it. Delete dog. Yep, I'm sure. Goodbye. And now it is gone from my user tab. Pretty easy stuff. There's a randomizer. So there's a button, little dice here. You can click. And when you click that, it randomizes everything. Now let's come back to our initial patch. All right, so you can lock these as well. So we've got our little dice here. Now this is with all AudioThing apps. You've got a little dice, a little lock. So when I click this, I can come in and choose certain things that I don't want to randomize. So I might want to pick this, this, and this, and say, you know, this emphasis one. And now when we turn off this padlock up here, whenever I hit this dice, none of these will be randomized. Everything else will be randomized, as you can see. As I keep clicking this, everything else is randomized except those things that have a little lock next to them. Now, if I want to clear those, I'm just going to go to an init patch, clear them out. There's a little hamburger icon here and just put unlock all parameters. And they're all now unlocked. In this little hamburger settings option 2, you also have a lock. So you can lock all parameters. So none of them can be randomized. If you have a high-powered iPad with a lot of RAM, like a M2, M1, M3, M4, whatever, you can set your oversampling up to 16, which is going to put a bit more strain on your iPad, but you know, you're going to get oversampling, definitely higher quality of sound, so that's in there as well. You can zoom to scroll, copy or paste a preset. Graphics controls, you can add brightness and contrast. The manual is here. Click this, takes you to their website if you want to read Le Manuel. Yes, that is his name officially, Le Manuel. And you have a bypass button here. So you'll notice when I click the bypass, this little light activates. So this is your bypass as well. You've got two places. When I click it here, it goes off over here when I turn it on. So you can bypass in two places, or in your door, you can bypass up here as well too. So that's that. Let's unlock all of this jazz, unlock everything, and continue on to show you the rest of these knobs. We'll go back to the start. Boom. Okie dokie. Input. Input volume. Output volume. The mix. You can control the mix of the original input and what is coming through this, what you're actually manipulating. So this is none of the effect. And this is 100% the effect. We'll turn it on and off. So you can see how it brings it to life, adds a bit of fizz to it and sparkle and shine, makes it feel like it's alive. We also have a soft clip down here. So what's a soft clip? Just helps with managing, puts a clip on it helps with managing anything that's too loud, that's going to, you know, blow out your speakers or anything like that. It's just a little preventative thing. Nice thing to have on all these things, or soft clip. Let's talk about down here. So we've got a filter down here. So this is your exciter, your master. Down here is your filter. And we can actually control the way the signal is split. So the way this piece of hardware works, in reality, the real hardware and the way it's been emulated here is sound comes into the piece of hardware like this, and it is split into two separate directions. It goes up through the exciter and then to the output, and then it goes out through the filter and the harmonic generator and then to the output. So they're split apart and then brought back together to create this effect that has, you know, been out since the 60s. And you know, as we said in the beginning, studios have used this stuff on the Beatles, so many fantastic albums, and this is the way it works. But you can actually change this. Yeah, you can change. So currently it's running this, going through the drive, through the filter, the harmonic generator, and out. But we can actually change this around by turning on the pre and post down here. When I turn on this post, now that it's going through the drive and into the harmonic generator and then into the filter. So we're completely switching these around, and you will get a different tonality. Tonality, thanks sunburn, man, my face hurts so much. So let's hit play again, and we'll switch this up. And now, because this is going now through the harmonic generator first, come on. You will get a different type of sound going on, yeah? Now, down here also, let's put this back to pre. We have a high pass filter. So this is your filter. You've got a high pass or a band pass. You can change the slope to 12 dB or 24. And this is your emphasis on the filter. So let's give you 0 with the band pass and then up. Now let's do the same with the high pass, and you're going to hear a lot more going on. Lastly, we have our direct on and off. Now, when you turn this off, you're going to lose a lot of bass, right? This is going to pull out a lot of the bass. So anything that's bass rich that you want to hold on to that. Now, this might, where does this work really good? Something like an electric guitar. You want to give a kind of wah kind of sound. It's got like a wah sound in there. Taking out the direct sound is going to give you a really cool effect in there. Or for, of course, your own tonal stylings. Remember, everything doesn't have to be like around EQ, and you can use these kind of effects for your own like personal weird sound effects. It's creativity, not just like, you know, getting a better mix. We have a wet boost. You might want to bump something up. It's plus 12 dB of boost. And we have this noise in here as well. So this is an emulation of the noise from the original piece of hardware. And you can control the level of that noise. Plus you have an envelope here that you can turn on, which allows it to only play every time a transient is triggered. Because you might want that noise in there, but you don't want it to run. So when I stop these drums, there's no noise. But if this is just, if the envelope's turned off, that noise is just going to keep humming away. And now it's gone. But when you hit play, it's going to be in there subtly underneath each piece of smashization. That's not even a word. Me, I don't really want the noise. We're cool. Let's turn this off so you can hear the difference. Right now you're probably thinking, ah man, that's really like garish and really high pitched and scratchy and yuck. All those terms that people use that are kind of like annoying, but this is where it counts. In the mix, that could really help set these drums out to pop in a really crowded mix, right? Like we have, this isn't too much of a crowded mix in this song. Let's bring everything back in. I'm going to turn it off. So definitely hear how it's sitting back more. Let's turn it on. So without adding any volume to our mix, which, you know, this is a thing people fall into with a lot of their mixes with audio. They've got so many tracks and they're just adding more and more, and each one's more volume, and the song gets louder and louder and louder. This is a trick that is used to add presence to your drums without adding volume, without adding any more volume, because the more volume, the more EQ you add in there and pile up that EQ. Remember, EQ's volume, so each time you're adding a point in an EQ across your frequencies there, you're adding more volume. So this is a way to really just push stuff through. Let's play again. And it's sitting much nicer compared to that. In fact, it's so nice I can turn it down a little bit in the mix. So here we are with our bass. Now this isn't going to be a good example particularly for the bass because this is a very thick and low bass that I've got going on here. I just want to show you this as an example. We'll get over here to our type B. So this is it without it on. And with it on, you can instantly hear. Now, you know, this isn't meant to be like a super pump in volume. This is just to help pump cut through. And you can hear that instantly cutting through. It's just got that nice presence that's keeping the low end. And what I mean by keeping the low end with this app doesn't always work particularly well with a bass, because I'll show you why. We've got this little direct button here. If I turn this off, we lose everything in that bass. Let me show you. We've virtually lost all of that bass sound in there. So you'd really have to pump this up. But it's a bass. You want to kind of keep that. We'll come back to bass. Here we've got like a little organ, just a electric piano. And I don't have this on yet, I don't think. I do, actually. So let's run through some presets. You've got an 80s mood here. Make sure we're all on. Again, this is a bass mid-range crunch. And you can hear the difference in that. And it's adding some distortion in there as well too. Which is nice. Nice little bit of drive in there. Beautiful. So lastly, we've got this little guitar track in here. And I don't have anything running on this yet. It would help if I put on the right track, didn't I? Let's give this a top here. Is just so much more alive. All right, so we're going to move on, and I'm going to show you how to use this with something like a finished mix. You might have a mix before you want to master that you just want to bring some sparkle to, and maybe sounding a bit dead. You don't have to use this on individual tracks. This is a good thing to use before a master or in the front of a chain of a master. So just for that example, I'm going to open up AUM here. And it's our halfway point. Let's run our ad for the day. So we'll do an ad every day. We run the ad. You can avoid the ad by becoming a YouTube Premium subscriber or by clicking the button and all that stuff, and you'll avoid the ad. The ad has been run, and I can let you know while we're here. Boom. I'm getting my shit together. Tomorrow we have our very special guest, Frank Terzo, coming on the show, so come and join us for that. We do this rant once a month where two of us get together. We'll be talking about Frank's journey with community and what he does in his private life and what he does for a job, which is very similar to what he does here in this music community and how he fell into this community and what he's doing, taking on a nurturing role in this community as well as you do. Yeah, so that's going to be cool tomorrow here on the channel. The channel. Very channel. Shimmer Soul, hello, Semtex Cal. If I've missed anyone, Ed Zielinski, g'day. Good to see you, my friend. So I've got this AUM project I'm going to open here. Just got a couple of songs just to show you a couple of examples here. I did have. Did I not save them? Really? Oh no, it's here. It's good. Man, I freaked out then. So firstly, we've got this Brad Example song. So this is Brad Example's, what's it called? It's called Long Goodbye. This was Brad's song Timber song that he released. And let me just hear, so this is the mastered version, I do believe, that actually got released. So we'll hit play. Okay, so that's a finished, mastered, mixed track. You can do all this. Let's bring this in, come back to the start. I'm going to bypass this for now. And I'm just going to leave it on the initial patch. And you'll hear the difference as soon as we add it in there, just a little bit of brightness. Now, obviously, you're going to use this subtly. Yeah, if we're on a mixed song. If things are a little bit, they're just not sparkly enough, perfect to use this. Let's hit play, it's off. Let's turn it on. Now notice when his vocals come in the difference.
Took a long walk around trying to clear my cloudy head. Was it something I did or something I said? I can only be sorry if I know what I did. Didn't mean to hurt you, but I think I did.
Now it's probably a little bit too much for this kind of song because it's already been mastered. So there is a preset down the bottom here called, where is it? Subtle. And that's what you're going to want to start with, I think. You know, it's great to start with presets sometimes just to give you a nice jumping off point. Let's go back to the start. And this is the thing, what's really cool with this particular song here, yeah, exactly what Bark Filter does. It is very similar. You put this in a chain before you master. And what's cool, if we're listening to Brad's vocals, like this is what I would really use this on, particularly for this song. And we've got this tuning knob here, and I'm going to try and tune this to Brad's vocal. Yeah, that's where you're going to hear it. It's going to be right. Let's do it.
Just to wake up and live with all this pain. All I have are the memories, not best, it's just pretend. The price is high and so I'll never live like this again. Dragged on.
I think that makes a huge difference, and it makes Brad's vocals pop even more in the mix. You know, these are the tricks these studios have been using for years and years with these pieces of hardware. Because remember, back in the day, they're recording with tape. So, you know, we didn't have digital. It wasn't like this. So they use these things to go back and really emphasize and make things pop in a recorded piece of recorded tape that was fucked and really makes it pop. And this principle still works today. So now, it can be used in the wrong way with some songs. Like I've got a track here by our friend Jerry Gomes, and Jerry records his music with already a lot of sparkle in his music because I master a lot of his stuff. And this is one of his songs, which I think he's released by now. I'm pretty sure I went back far enough. And I just want to use this as an example of I don't need to add this to this, right? Just as an example of maybe what not to do. Sometimes it's good to see that as well. So did you hear that, right? So already, let's just pop this off here. Now, this is just set to the init patch, right? So I'm going to take it off, listen to Jerry's song, then I'm going to flick this across and apply it and listen to what it does. It's way too much. Right? It just makes it so scratchy. It's ridiculous. And that's not what you want, because Jerry, people have different styles in their music, and I'm so used to mixing Jerry's stuff. He has a very bright tone with all of his stuff. So, this is an example of what you wouldn't add this to, because it's just going to blow it out. And even if you did, like, it would have to be really, really super subtle, yeah? Which begs the question, why would you add it? That's my point. That's what I'm trying to get through here. Let's wait for him to come in again. Right, so there's that example. Now, because we tend to do this with apps and stuff and new things and new toys that we get, it's just like, well, I'll just add it to everything. I'll add it to this. I've got this thing. I'll just add it over here and add it over here. No. These are tools that you use for the right thing, for the right time, to have in your arsenal, to go like, oh, there's this opportunity to use that. It's a trap that I see on Patreon, when we do giveaways and people win so many apps, they end up with a whole lot of apps. And it's like, well, I've got nothing to use it for straight away, so I'll just put it on this. It's like, no, don't do that. You just totally ruined your whole song, right? So subtlety is important. Knowing when to use something is important. And I'm going to show you now an example of when I think is a good time to use something on one of my songs that I have here. Let's load this sucker up. So let's jump out of Logic. I'm currently working on a song with Viv Sparrow for the charity album. And, hey, that's my show is what it is. You heard me start working on this during Songtember. It is what it is. Like, you're going to hear some of it. You're not going to hear the finished product once it comes out. But so here we have this here. We've got my drums. This is the whole song. So we got some upright bass, we got piano. And then some guitar comes in and some strings. They're about to come in now. Let me mute those vocals. Inside of me So we got some guitar in here, strings. And we got this upright bass play, this bass. It's a little bit low in the mix, I think. Can probably come up a bit. But I want these drums to pop. So we've got a sax in there as well. Okay, but I want these drums to pop. Now, what you'll notice, what I've done with my drums, and I do on nearly every song because I'm a drummer, is when I click this little arrow, all my drums are separated onto individual tracks. So I've played them all into one track and then I've gone and separated them so I have control over each part of the kit. So we've got kicks, and snares, hi-hats, and I can tailor these to how I want them to sound and get a better overall kit sound, pan and get everything sounding the way I want instead of how Logic wants the kit to sound, yeah? But because these drums have all been summed into one track here where I can just drop an arrow, it's like a little folder you make called summing here in Logic. I can come in and click on this track and I can come down here and I can add effects to the individual track. So now I can come in overall for all those drums, or I can create a bus. There's a couple of ways you can do it. And now I can bring in type B and I can give these drums a bit of life. Now, I want to tune these pretty low. Listen to the difference. And I can control the mix of this, so I have a mix of the effect. Turn it off. And it's just cutting through so much better. Let's bring in these vocals now. It's something more complex than a mood. I cannot explain, just take a walk in my shoes. There's something more that we can do. Just be yourself and be true. It's nothing special, so there's no excuse. Just go for it. Okay, so I just added one of these two to the main vocal. We've got two vocals in here, a supporting lead vocal and a main lead vocal. There's something inside of me and you we can't control even if we choose. And just by adding to the top one, not even to the bottom one. See, if I go in here to this second track and add a type B to that, then we're adding too much, way too much top end, way too much shimmer, way too much presence. But adding it to this first one is just subtly as well. If you have a look what's been added to this, it's not a lot. Double tap, I've added some drive. The tuning's down around what, 1.3, 1.2. Color's not too high. This is, and I've pulled the mix down so it's balanced in the mix, yeah? But it's enough. It's enough to give it a little bit of pop. Even if we just play this back here and turn it on and off. There's something inside of me and you we can't control even if we choose. It's something more complex than a mood. I cannot explain, just take a walk in my shoes. There's something more that we can do. Just be yourself and be true. It's nothing special, so there's no excuse. Just go for it, you got nothing to lose. I've got this, you've got this, we've got this, we can have it if we want it. Okay, so before I get out of here, here's what you don't use this for. you can already attain. So this goes against, again, I do this show not to sell you apps, right? And the developers know this, right? I'm not here to sell you this. I'm here to show you how it works and you know, what it can do. To open up your mind to the possibilities of what these things do, right? I'm not telling you to go and buy these or not to go and buy these. It's just trying to give you an overall concept so you can discern if it's right for you to help your music be better. But remember, when recording vocals, when recording drums and bass and guitar, you have the power to already get a very, very good quality sound at the actual stage of recording, where your mics are placed, how you set everything up, right? So you have the power to get the best possible recording before any of these effects are needed. These kind of things are great to add shine and stuff at the end. The main focus of when you're recording music should be on getting the best possible stems for that song, the best possible performance, the best possible takes that you can get. That is the most important thing. If you've got dog shit stems and everything is crap, no matter how much kind of stuff you try and put on top of it to fix it, it's fucked. The most important thing is to get your takes, your stems, everything sounding good. And these things are sparkle on top that can make everything just pop in the end, yeah, when it comes down to mixing and mastering and all that kind of stuff. But really, honestly, the skills that you need to make sure you've got is get these things down. Get over things like red light fever, the light goes on and you panic and all that kind of stuff. When you're singing, sing like this, you're naked in front of the whole, and you just don't care. Like every time you sing like you mean it, sing like you feel it. Get it, just go for it. Even if you're in a house full of people and you think they're laughing at you, who cares? Take it on. Oh, I don't care if you're laughing at me. All these things are much more important than adding an app to it, yeah? But these things are there to add to the experience. And they can make your songs pop at the end. But again, you know, and I may be shooting myself in the foot here, but I will preach this till the cows come home. Get better and better and better and learn how to record better. Stems, right volumes, good mic placement. Singing, you know, your performance is everything. Sing it like you fucking mean it. Sing it like you've got no care in the world. Nobody's watching, whatever. When you're singing from the inside and you're not conveying a message. All this stuff. Naked, yeah. Well, you know, pretend you're singing in front of your worst enemy. There are so many tricks to get really good recordings just by getting over the psychological stuff. And, you know, mic placement, these things are super easy to get down. And then that's when these things can come into play. I mean, a lot of the tricks that are in this app that we're looking at today, not to fuck around and lie to you, they can be achieved by using things like EQ and bandpass filters. And that's what this is. Like, let's have a look at it. Let's open up the app. Look what's inside it. There's a drive. Right, there's a drive. That's a saturator, like a drive. We've got a tuner here. It's tuning the frequency, colors, harmonics. Then we have a bandpass and high pass filter. This is a filter. This is the simple stuff that is in music. This emphasis is working on harmonics and stuff within the filter, yeah? And then you've got... So this is all stuff that you could put together by having an EQ and adding a filter and adding a drive. But these apps put it all into one thing and use a specific algorithm from something that was from analog hardware to mimic that analog kind of sound, which has been successful. I'm just calling it how it is, right? Because I just see, you know, like Chris wrote something here, like, you know, why am I such a cheap ass, $35 for nothing? On pulling the trigger, then I saw Joe wrote something like, do I need this for my stuff? Maybe we could use this. She says this, you know. The most important thing is to get your songs sounding good, to work on your songs and get your input, your recordings, your stems down. All that stuff's great. And then these things come into it, yeah? So, but at least you know what these things are out there. Apps aren't Pokemon. You don't need them all, right? But to understand how they work and what they can do for you is more important than, you know, having all of them. because like in the time I've been doing this show, I know I'm going on a little rant here, but in the time I've been doing this show, I see a lot of people buying apps and not making a lot of fucking music. And it really irritates me. It does. Like, I don't make enough music because I'm too busy doing this. And that irritates me as well. I'd love to be making as much music as all of you guys, you know? Anyway, there's a little bit of a rant. You want to add some sparkle to a mix. You want to get to the end of something. You feel like it's lacking. This is where this comes in. You're not recording music with this app in mind, if that makes sense. You're recording music for the song. It's all about the song. It's all about the lyrics. It's all about the feeling. It's all about the overall arc of the song. And then when you get down to mixing and stuff, hey, this type B might come into play and help the song cut through. So, right? The song first. These kind of things add to the song towards the latter end of the song. The most important thing is the song. Always. All right, so just going over the price again. So we know $9.99 on iOS. It's a bargain on iOS, like all apps on iOS. Those who complain about the prices. AudioThing make great apps. This is another great tool that they've created. I know they've got another app coming out soon. If you're on the Patreon for $5 and above, I've got some giveaways of this as well. So there is that. Plus, it is available here on the desktop for $35, normally $59. But yeah, go and watch some more tutorials on this as well too. Don't just take my advice. There's lots of other people who cover these things too. Get an overall idea before you buy something from different people who have different outlooks on how to make music. I'm not the be all and end all. Trust me, I watch so many other people's content. Like before I did this show, not only did I read the manual, use it, I went and watched probably about 10 other people's channels. A lot of them I don't even know, just random channels who did a show on it to see what their a take on this vintage exciter is. Because it's good to have as much info as you can. Be informed. Do your own research. Unless it's, for apps, not vaccines. Anyway, let me tell you something I want to tell you about. Russ set me up with this. I can't play this, guys, because I'll get a copyright claim. But Russ sent me a message the other day saying, you got to check out this YouTube channel, and I've become addicted to it. I got to mute my YouTube. It's called Cooper's Live. Look, it's live right now. It's live right now. Hang on. There it is. So what is Cooper's Live? Cooper's Live, the YouTube channel is called Cooper's Townhouse. Now, this is a pub in Liverpool. Every day goes live. And every day these wacky characters roll up. All these old people roll up. They get blind off their head, totally shit-faced, and they get up and they sing karaoke. And fuck me. It is the funniest shit I have seen in ages. It is. I can't play it because I'll get a claim straight away. Yeah, because they always play music in the background. But shit, you got to go and hang out. And the comments are so funny. There's a cast of characters that people have got used to. And it just rolls from like lunchtime in Liverpool every day right through to closing time. And there's always somebody up singing karaoke. It is just hilarious. And look at them, 564 views, right? This channel has only been operating for something like, I think like a few months. It's already had 1 million views because it's just funny. And some of the characters, there's a guy named Gus, and he just gets up there on the mic and just goes, fuck you, you're fucking. It's so funny. I'm addicted. I'm totally addicted to this channel. I'm probably going to go, this guy nearly just walked into the fucking. And as the night goes on, they all get more and more drunk and they start falling over. And it's bloody funny. What a great idea for a channel. Karaoke and watching people get absolutely shit-faced and fall over till they close the joint. I love it. And me and Russ were talking, we should do a YouTube channel where we commentate over this and get used to the characters and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, there's something for you to go and check out. It's very funny stuff. The comments are hilarious. People just, There's like Blue Coat Guy. There's Gus. Everyone's got their own nicknames. Here we go. Look at this guy. Look at this guy's suit that he's wearing. It is wild. All right. Thomas is coming up in an hour's time. And he has got your music. Your music? You rock. Your music live, Thomas. You rock, and he'll be playing your most rockin' music like he does every week. So get over there. I've set a dump up for his channel so you can go and wait for him to get up. I got to go and lay down and let my sunburn chill, and got to start editing Walk With Me later today, which will be out on Friday's premiere after Valerie Bart. Good stuff. Thanks for hanging out. If you're watching a replay, thanks. Hit the like, do the subscribe, all that fancy stuff. It makes the algo very, very happy. And, well, all I've got to say is do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better, and we'll all rise together. Stay awake, and let's... Ocha.